Remains on the defense tonight. They're engulfed by 4 simultaneous political scandals. The IRS targeting of conservative groups, secret snooping of AP phone records, the apparent revisions of the now famous Benghazi talking points, and now reports that the Justice Department has lost track of terrorists in their witness protection program. Oh, my goodness. To call it a rough week for the president is an understatement. Let's talk about this. Here now is CNBC contributor and former DNC chair Howard Dean, and we welcome back Sean Spicer, communications director of the Republican Party. Howard Dean, I think one problem here, one consequence is that the president's dream of a Democratic House in 2014 is going up in flames.
Well, I think you probably know better than that. Things can change, turn around on a dime. The Benghazi politics has been pushed by the Republicans for a long time. It has no traction. It doesn't have any now. It never did. It didn't have any before the election. The IRS is probably not going to end up at the president's doorstep either. We're going to find out more about that. We don't know a lot about losing the track of terrorists. My understanding is they didn't actually lose track of them. What they did is fail to put them on the no-fly zone, which I think is serious enough. And we don't also know what the AP stuff is. So I think to call all these things scandals is a little on the silly side. My guess is the president weathers this, and 2 or 3 weeks from now, something else is on the headlines all the time. The big problem here is since the Republicans are doing nothing except voting down health care for the 37th time, there's nothing else to write about.
Well, Sean Spicer is just interesting.
Well, Larry, if I can just look. Larry, if I could just, Governor Dean was a chief executive of the state. He knows very well that you are judged by how you lead and what you get done. And when there is a lack of when all of these things are going on and there's more other smaller issues that are occurring as well, the question has to be asked is where is the leadership? Where does that proverbial buck stop? Is there even a buck? And what's going on? Because right now we have a common thread through all of these that I would suggest to the governor, which is that no one's in charge. No one's taking responsibility. In each one of these cases, it's a bunch of finger pointing saying, I'm not in charge, nothing's going on. And I think that narrative is going around is sort of catching hold with the American people, that there is a serious problem in the administration when it comes to claiming being able to move the ball forward when they can't even tell you where the ball is.
Well, first of all, here's what the problem is. We'll see what the poll numbers show, and I'm sure somebody's going to do a poll in the next 10 days. The fundamental problem is the usual overreaching. When you have people like Senator Inhofe talking about impeachment of the president, that makes the Republicans look foolish, and it takes away their credibility. So you can criticize the president for quote-unquote lack of leadership. I've been in a lot of campaigns. I've never once seen that issue ever work. But the Republicans look like they're the same old Republicans. They're anti-this, anti-that. 37 times they voted down the health care bill. And so they're not a credible alternative right now. So let's see. Well, I mean, I'm perfectly willing to say let's see what the polls say.
But this isn't about with all due respect, Governor. This isn't about winning an election. We had one just a while ago. We don't have another one for 3 years. This is about issues that are important to the American people. Benghazi isn't about scoring political points. It's about making sure that we do the right by our foreign policy. The IRS is about making sure that we don't target our citizens.
Benghazi is a laughable joke.
With all due respect, Governor, when 4 Americans die serving this country, that's not a joke, sir.
No,
that's not a joke.
The blaming of the president for that is a ridiculous joke. The American people, you've been beating on this for a year. I don't understand why you don't give up on this. Nobody believes that there was a scandal, and
sir,
nobody believes
there's an opportunity.
The president has released all the evidence.
Questions that need to get asked in each one of these
This is just silly.
One at a time.